Mic check, mic check, mic check. Mic might sound like shit. My voice might sound like shit. I'm not feeling particularly well this morning, but I wanted to come on because I think there's an important subject that needs to be covered. Nothing that we need to worry about today, but nonetheless, I think there's an important subject that needs to be covered. So we should start covering it. Um, I don't think I've been vocal enough about hunting for major bottoming structure in here. Where's my magnet? It's on. Can we please, please, thank you. Um, yeah, it is definitely time to start hunting for some major bottoming structure. Yes, sir. Um, yeah, yeah. It's not, I mean, sorry, I'm really not feeling particularly great. We've got this prior demand range, aka the accumulation range that broke the all-time high that we're still sitting in. That's a pretty good look, right? That's a pretty good look. Um, we're back testing the prior all-time high. We have purged this low of kind of our topping range here. Um, yeah, this is just absolutely an area that we need to be looking for accumulation. Accumulation typically takes a good amount of time, right? Um, it took that much time there. It took, oh, I don't know, relatively that much time there. Distribution was a little on the shorter side, uh, but nonetheless, whoa, bro, go back to where you were. Nonetheless, we need to be on the hunt for an accumulation range. So I just wanted to put like probably some extra emphasis on this low. And I mean, like I'm really cautious not to give everybody too much copium, hopium, blah blah blah. Um, but I mean, I would say that there is a very real possibility that something from right under this low could return price to the all-time high. The exact same way that I would have said or would have said did say there's a possibility that something right above that prior high there could bring us down to 75K or so. Um, so I think there's very much a real possibility that we could see an accumulation range occur in here, and we just got to be prepared for it. That means that if this were to happen, this part here is going to be unfun. Well, it's typically pretty unfun. It's typically pretty unfun. If we look at the way that that last bottom had formed, we kind of had some similar behavior in the sense of like this here, right? We've got that event behind us now. That is the equivalent of this event right here. So we got that one behind us. How would I want to do this? Maybe we can pull it off like this. Yeah, that event's behind us, and then as we come down, one more here. I'm gonna make the estimation that we're either right here right now, like as in we're sitting above. Give me a goddamn arrow above this low right now, and that is the equivalent of this one. Bro, get back on there. In which case you had two more capitulations, right? You had one, and then essentially 2. And you know, this happened here. This had a very specific narrative that was going on at that time. Does anybody remember what that narrative was? Just checking to see if anybody remembers. Your macro bottoms are typically marked by a large narrative event. And I just heard one yesterday. I was like, oh, I like the sound of that. We should start looking for a low. I'm kind of curious if anybody, FTX, there we go, FTX, yeah, y'all remember, right? Um, we had a negative narrative event right here. Well, currently the one that is beginning to make its rounds right now is that the longtime holders of Bitcoin are selling to price in quantum computing, and that's a pretty bold narrative, right? Now, listen, quantum computing could very well, be a problem. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it can't be a problem, but that's a pretty good narrative to see arrive during conditions like this. Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty good narrative to arrive at. I wonder. Hold on, I want to try something here. Yeah. 1,300 days. 1,300 days. Yeah, I just think it's an important time to be it's an important time to be paying attention and looking for a macro bottom. Yes, yes, indeed. This is an important time. And for the most part, I think that is really what I wanted to come on and talk about this morning. I've got a few more. I've got a few more minutes, so in the event that we want to take a look at anything else, I'm definitely down to do so. Um, so yeah, let's see what you guys want to talk about, and we'll go from there. Razali 493, what's up, man? How you doing? And Aaron and Jason and Janice and Milan, Luke. Let's see, probably greater possibility of taking out some of these lows here. What's tether dominance up to these days? Interesting. That kind of looks locally distributive. This would be interesting to see what happens from this. Bro, can I hit the, still can't hit the right buttons. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Be interesting to see what we get here. SPX. What's the current plan on BTC? We can take a closer peek at Bitcoins. I guess we grab the internal low here. We're likely coming to take the rest of this, including that high. I'd be looking here and here. And ultimately, here's what I want. Here's what I really want to see locally on Bitcoin. I want to see that. I really want to see this high stay. I don't want to see this high get touched right here. I don't want to see that high get touched until we have at least come down to this demand area here. So I am very much hoping for, I'm very much hoping for rejections in these areas. This is the preferred one, in my opinion. That is much the preferred one. And I want to see it continue it to crawl down. I want to see it continue to crawl down. I am very much looking to build. Look, if we want a macro bottom here, we want to build the liquidity on the top side of the range, as opposed to this mamma jamma here, where we just did the opposite and we built all the liquidity on the bottom side of the range, and then boop, boop. Yeah, so I'd be generally looking for the opposite of what happened here. You see how it like kind of set this high and then took that high and then set another high and took those highs and then took that high and then one last time took that high, right? I'm looking for the inverse of this to be happening down here, where it like takes this low and then takes that low and then takes that low again. This is how I'm hoping for things to develop down in this neighborhood. That is what I'm hoping for. Then we can move on to SPX. Yeah, get out of here. SPX. Or was it XX? No, it's SPX. Is that the SPY? What is SPX? Why do I feel like I have that? SPX. USDT. What? Is that like some pairing of the S&P 500 of Bitcoin one? What do we got here? SPX USTD .P. No, that's the fucking Bitcoin chart. What am I doing wrong? Aaron, what am I doing wrong? There we go. Apparently he's fucking typing wrong. Okay. Okay. Encouraging. What I'm looking for here is how this distributes and accumulates. And it does it in a very ugly manner. An insanely and incredibly ugly manner. Like, as in, I don't see a ton of smart money involvement on this asset. Um, I don't. But, uh, bro, remove all the drawings. What are we doing? But generally, the fact that you have swept that low is very encouraging. Very encouraging. Like there was clearly a hard stop there. Um, so that is, yeah, that's super good news. But see, and this is just kind of where I struggle with this. I look at this and I go, that does not look like. I'll drop time frames, but this just doesn't look like accumulation to me yet. Really doesn't look like. But we've already established the fact that this doesn't provide clean accumulations. Let's get down to the 4 and see what's up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, like well, how's that? Hold please. Not, not super feeling this. So that's 3, 4, 8, 12. No, it doesn't look good on the 12. I mean, like this looks like the kind of the beginning of some accumulation here. It just doesn't look like the end of it to me. It does not look like the end of it. Right off the hop, I worry about this. Do worry about that. Especially with this action here. Yeah, something tells me that we need to clip like the top of this 8-hour candle again or pull the low. Interesting. I can see that these sellers just serve to fill a gig along. That's interesting. Some sort of ugly ass demand down here. I don't like it. There it is, 16-hour. 16-hour order block here. Um, so my instincts would tell me that this failure here is going to result in a move down to here. And the main places I would be looking for something really special to happen would be the first one. down in here, or one last pull of the low. One last pull of the low would really form a nice model one accumulation, but this asset doesn't seem to do that. So I would start focusing at 2880. I'd really be focused up there. Let's get down to our 15. And yeah, as we make that last final throw up above this prior swing high, up, down, up, down, up, fail to set a new value, break the low, develop downward structure, and so far struggling to break the downward structure bullishly. Yeah, it doesn't look so hot to me locally. Does not look so hot to me locally. I need to get, this has told its story. I don't need it on my chart anymore. What I need is, I need to understand that there is supply right above that range high in the event that we go for another throw up there. Yeah, what if we developed like one more leg of 5-minute structure and then broke that structure bearishly? That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, this candle here kind of fucks up any local trade. In my opinion, that kind of shits on any local trade. As far as shorting some sort of an SFP here, that doesn't seem like a wise idea at this point. But I would be, yeah, I'd really be watching local structure here. Let's see if we're going to come back. See, this was decent. That was decent. Oh, this is decent too. Those were kind of, these are all kind of decent, right? Like that's a good look. That's a good look. Here's where I'm gonna illustrate my concern to you in just a second. And this is a good look, right? But the result of that was not breaking the swing high. So this is the kind of stuff I'd want to see for it to break a high, but it didn't. So far, it didn't break that high, right? So it may want to come back and literally clean all of these out. Do we have demand right underneath this low? Let's double check. No, that one there. No, get on the goddamn fucking wick, dummy. Need all of you on the wick. Yeah, there we go. That guy. Do we have demand just beneath that low? We do. We do indeedly have demand right below that low. So yeah, that's to say that I just found another level. Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm gonna put. I like that top level because let's look at it. Let's look at it through this lens, right? Our primary upward structure floweth like this. So to come down to here, you're going to have to break significant structure. To come down to here, you will have obviously broken significant structure. So you're going to need significant structure in either of these areas for a rotation up. So yeah, that's kind of more or less where I'm at on SPX. I would be paying attention for some manner of bottoming structure in here. Um, I really feel like the better thing is to come back down deeper. I know that develops some bearish structure, but I just, I will always struggle with this chart because it just doesn't look like accumulation to me. It just doesn't quite look like accumulation to me, unless this is 1, this is 2, and this is your third tap of a Model 2 accumulation, and that is your spring. Maybe, but like, why would this be? I don't know. Bitcoin doesn't seem to really agree with that statement right now. Yeah, so more or less, oh, this is the S&P. Is this the S&P? We don't look anything like the S&P. Yeah, so it's kind of where I'm at with it right now. The fact that you couldn't break this high after this is a cumulative type behavior. If that couldn't get you above the high, that's just immediately concerning. It really makes me feel like you're coming back for all of these lows down here. Yeah, so yeah, for the most part, that's what I got. That's what I got over there. I mean, objectively, this looks like this should continue to go up today. Yeah, it does. This looks like it should continue to go up today. I mean, it's like you set a low, broke some structure, left demand on the chart. So as it comes back down again, it hits demand, comes up, cracks the high, attempts to take the low out again, fails, creating semi-equal lows, runs back up, takes out the high again. You lose your structure, and then it comes back down and takes out your equal lows. And then your primary downward structure from the last go broke bullishly. So like these lows here have been getting defended pretty well. The high's been getting defended too. But yeah, I mean, you know, there's definitely evidence of some rimming and seeing in here. And I think it's encouraging that it didn't take this high. Right, like it took that high to plunge all the way back to the lows, and then it took this high to plunge all the way back to the lows. But this high is still here; it has not been swept yet, which makes me more confident in the RIMC here. All right. Anybody got anything else, or should I move on with my life now? Should I move on with my life? Boy, it did come exactly for that curve of liquidity right there. Yeah, I mean, hard to not believe in XRP continuing to go up from here. Hard to not believe in that. There's liquidity, demand holds, comes up, doesn't take the high, doesn't take the low. Let's take your internal high. Cool. Okay, so clipped your internal high, then came down and took out your internal lows. And then after taking out your internal lows, we have to change the structure. The remaining demand or remaining supply that was up here has been mitigated. Yeah, I mean, I feel kind of the same way about this that I do about the Bitcoin. Yeah, looks pretty decent. Looks pretty decent, man. Looks pretty decent. What a fucking dick. Not surprising, but what a dick. What is Sol up to over here these days? Fucking asshole. Fucking asshole, mate. It's a fucking asshole. No, that's not encouraging. That's not encouraging. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, let's see if we come down here. Can't break any structure. We sweep below, but we develop bearish distributive structure above it. No, Sol's likely to continue down. Which says that Bitcoin is going to follow. I don't know. This Sol chart to me just is not doing it. It's not doing it, man. It's not doing it. I mean, maybe. I guess maybe. Or did we just pull liquidity and run back to the south? Yeah, this one structurally it just presents so much different than Bitcoin or X. I think XRP was the other one. Yeah. Anything interesting on the ADA chart? A lot of topside wicks there, man. It's a lot of topside wicking. Nah. Nah, probably not going up. I take it all back, folks. I take it all back. Take it all back. Take it all back, man. All right. I've come on and I've said my piece. Said my piece. I covered the important stuff already. So, yeah. Thanks, Bar. What did you do to my TA, man? What a dicklick. What did you do, bro? So rude. Look at all those topside wicks. All right. Well, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. Hey, what's Silver and shit doing? What is Silver and shit doing? Accumulating. Yeah, looks like it's accumulating. Fuck! I told my boss to put his buys in at $64. I bet he didn't fucking do it. And I bet he didn't fucking do it. That looks like reaccumulation on gold. Yeah, that does look like reaccumulation on gold to me. That's just embarrassing. All right, I'm officially, I'm off the rails now. Off the fucking rails now. I'm off the rails. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go, man. Probably said that 14 times already. I'm out of here. Fuck this job anyway. Yeah. No. The hell with all this. That's good. That's good. As I started off saying, I desperately want price flowing this direction. Yeah. Yeah, it's so much better. It's just so much better. So much better, y'all. It's so much better. All right. Adios. Thanks for joining me.